Welcome to the Vanilla to Vixen podcast. This show contains adult content, so if you are under 18 or easily offended, please switch off now. Mr. and Mrs. N are not qualified relationship counsellors. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Now the disclaimer is out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy our journey from Vanilla to Vixen.
Welcome to episode 161 of Vanilla to Vixen. We are your hosts, Mr. and Mrs. N, and we're also sometimes known as...
the Naughty Couple.
Hello, Mrs. N.
Hello, Mr. N.
This is episode 161. Not bad, considering we're only going to do 6 episodes.
Are you lot not fed up of us yet?
We're still here. I've got a little story for you I'm going to begin with.
Okay,
a man comes home from work. He's got a brand new job. He's a fireman. He's very excited, and he comes home and he tells his wife what a great job it is and brilliant day he's had. And they use a bell system. And he's very impressed with this system. And he explained to her that bell 1 rings and they slide down the fireman's pole. And then bell number 2 rings and they grab their jackets and all get ready. And then bell 3 rings and they're on the truck and they're ready to go. He's very impressed how this all works. So he carries on, and he told her he wanted to use the bell system, similar kind of bell system, when they go to bed.
Okay. Yeah.
So bell 1 rings and she gets straight into the bedroom. And then he says, bell 2 rings and you strip off all your clothes. And then bell 3 rings and I want you laying on the bed with your legs in the air, ready to go. Okay?
Right.
And she's like, okay, I'll give this a try, just getting turned on with the whole fireman thing. I mean, ladies like that, don't they?
They do.
So he comes home from work the next day and he rings the first bell and his wife went straight to the bedroom. And then he picks up the second bell, rings the second bell, and his wife strips off naked as fast as she can. And then he rings the third bell. It's a gigantic bell. Rings this bell as loud as he can. And she jumps onto the bed, legs in the air in a V shape, ready to go. And he comes running up the stairs and they're at it on the bed. And after a few minutes, the wife screams out, bell 4, bell 4. The husband jumps up and says, what do you mean bell 4? And the wife screams out, you need more hose, you need more hose. You're nowhere near the fire.
I like that one. That's a good one.
So there you go, guys. Be careful when you start your new job. Don't get too enthusiastic. There you go.
So, Mr. N, this week's meat of the show.
Yes.
We are talking about penis shapes and sizes.
Again?
And how to use them.
Oh my goodness me.
So talking of not getting too excited.
Yeah.
And chilling.
Oh, nice link, Mrs.
Like
N.
That?
Nice link. Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
It's B2B chocolate and chill night tomorrow.
A chance to chill out in your sexiest nightwear.
And eat chocolate.
Well, we have got a fair bit of chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You sure we've got enough?
Okay, listeners. So, as you know, I do get carried away sometimes with these parties, and we knew it was going to be a chocolate party and we wanted it to be really good. So we went out and I travelled 7 gazillion miles to buy a chocolate fountain.
It's not just any chocolate fountain, is it? It's freaking huge.
It's a big one.
It is a big one.
I think, being honest, the amount of chocolate you pour into it, I think you could kind of fill the Thames with chocolate.
It's a bit like that river in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, isn't it?
Is. Yeah. It is, yeah. I could just see a few Oompa Loompas walking around. It'd be brilliant. It'd be brilliant. So it's our chocolate and chill party. It's a first ever because it's a party where you can dress up to dress down.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So
we're mixing it up, aren't we?
It is totally different. We've never done this. So we were inviting people, come along in your normal kind of smart clothes, but bring something sexy to dress down in. It can be some like nice satiny boxer shorts for guys. It could be, I don't know, it could be Spider-Man boxer shorts. Marvel's very sexy, you know what I mean?
I have to be honest, your chill out outfit, I'm super excited.
Oh yes. I wasn't sure about it, but we'll get there.
It's awesome. I love it.
Yes, it's kind of got a little bit of, I'll give a little bit of a hint to our listeners. I'll put a photo on after the party. I'm not going to say too much, but I was thinking Terry's All Gold. You've got to be a certain age to remember Terry's All Gold box of chocolates. And I'm a little bit Terry for the party. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, you see, that's got them all intrigued.
I'll put a photo up. Yeah. And you, Mrs. N, well, super sexy.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll put a photo up on X Twitter.
Yes.
You'll see our chill party outfits.
Yes. Just in case there is anybody out there that is interested in coming, there are only a tiny amount of spaces left.
Yes, obviously last month we had the big summer party, V2V summer party, and it was humongous, and there was a lot of people queuing, so we have deliberately cut back the guest list for this one. It's a chill party, so honestly, there will not be mass queuing. We have cut the guest list back. It's going to be a nice chocolate and chill party.
Yes, it will be. So if you do fancy coming along for some chocolate, there's plenty going.
Yes.
If you can just send us a message.
Fab Swingers, that naughty website where you can find all the parties and things, and we're on Fab Swingers. Naughty couple, send us a message if you want to come.
Yes. However, if you cannot make our chocolate and chill party,
it's very short notice.
It is very short notice. We do have some other events coming up, don't we, Mr. N?
We do. We've got some really cool events. End of September, beginning of October.
Yes.
So it begins. The carnage begins Friday the 26th of September. Do you remember that cool song, September, by Earth, Wind and Fire?
Oh, I do.
And that's what it's going to be. It's going to be on fire. Friday the 26th of September, we are back in Nottingham at the Purple Mamba Club with the beautiful Chris and Amanda.
Yes.
And they have invited us to do a very, very special Gangsters and Dolls party.
I know.
I was speaking to Mr. Saucy earlier on today.
Okay.
And he's organised his outfit.
Super.
And he's a little bit concerned.
Oh, why?
Well, you've spoken to Mr. Saucy.
Yes.
Well, you know, he's going to be carrying his Tommy gun all the way through Nottingham.
Oh, okay. I did think about this. There might be quite a few of those hanging around, mightn't there? It could get quite interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it could be, it could be, and Mr. Saucy, he's got that accent. It can be quite menacing. That's all I'm going to say.
I can't wait for this one. I am super excited about this.
I'm excited. Yeah.
I mean, I know all along I've been saying I want to be a flapper girl.
Sorry, a what girl?
A flapper girl.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
No, honestly. So, 1920s style, that kind of thing. However, while I was looking for my outfit the other day, I saw an alternative to a gangster outfit. And I'm like, ooh, nobody will be expecting that.
Oh, okay.
So Watch this space. I haven't quite decided yet.
You've not got long now, Mrs. N.
I know. You haven't even ordered yours yet, Mr. N. You need to get on it.
I know. One of those things I'm going to throw together at the last minute. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing.
It is going to be another fun-packed evening at the Purple Mamba.
Absolutely. And the great thing about Mamba is, as normal with any V2V, there's no stress, there's no pressure, there's no expectation. It's just an amazing social experience with a little bit of naughtiness, if that's where you want to go. But if you don't want to, if you're brand new to the scene and you don't, you're worried about doing anything sort of a bit naughty, just come along, come and meet Chris and Amanda, come and meet us, come and meet our beautiful crew that we just adore. And it's going to be a spectacular night. You never know with Chris. Last time he was rocked up with an arcade machine of Mortal Kombat.
We had exploding hoppers, didn't we? Space
hoppers. You just never know. Anything can happen with Chris. It's just, anything. So be prepared for anything.
Absolutely. So this one is a ticket only evening.
Prepaid.
So, prepaid.
And of course, due to the size of Purple Mamba, it will sell out. I know it will.
Yes.
So get your tickets as soon as possible. You know how to message us. You can send us an email. Just go onto our website, V2V, that's V, number 2V, V2V.UK, V2V.UK, and send us a message. The email's all on there. And if you go onto the event, you can see all the pictures and everything, and it tell you all about the party. All the prices and everything are on our website. Send us an email and get onto our guest list. Then you can order your tickets straight away direct from the Purple Mamba. All the links are on our website.
Yeah. Please don't leave it to the last minute, because
Absolutely.
Unfortunately last time we did have to turn people away, which we hate doing.
And there were really sexy wives. I was really, really
you
pissed off.
You were not happy, were you?
No. I saw this really hot wife coming down, and I'm like, oh yeah, great. And I'm like, she's not got a ticket. And I'm like, I'm going to have a little cry. I was not happy.
So as well as that, then in the beginning of October,
we begin straight away.
We do.
So literally a week later. So 26th of September, we're at Purple Mamba in Nottingham.
Yeah.
Friday, the 3rd of October, we move into October, and we're going all swanky. We're going top class.
Yes.
It's Velvet Vixens.
It is.
And it's a one-off party. We're not doing a whole weekend. It's the Friday, the 3rd of October. We've got a lot of top-class couples who are going to be joining us at the very, very luxurious Cateshill House Hotel in Bewdley, Worcestershire.
It is a beautiful venue.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And it's nice to just have that luxurious kind of feel about it. You can dress up, that you get welcome drinks from us, as well as the usual hugs.
Absolutely.
And not only that, Mr. N, for anybody that has already been to one of our parties at Cateshill knows that we tend to like to play a little bit of naughty charades.
We do, but we've ramped it up.
We have ramped it up.
I have got 2 very special ice-breaking games. Hopefully icebreakers, not bone breakers or anything like that.
Yeah, well,
we don't want anyone getting carried away. But that's all I'm going to say about that. We'll probably talk about that a little bit as we get closer to that.
Yes.
It's going to be a really good night. So again, that's a prepaid party because the venue is smaller. So if you send us a message via the website again, or on Fab Swingers, we can send you a link of how to prepay for the V2V Velvet Vixens on Friday, the 3rd of October.
Absolutely. Then the following week...
Unbelievable.
Aren't we busy, Mr. N?
Unbelievable.
We're back at Liberty Elite for our Vegas Vixens night.
Yeah, it's another mini tour. So we're doing Nottingham, then we're doing Worcestershire, and then we're back in Leicestershire.
We are.
And we're back at Liberty Elite for, wait for it, the Vegas Vixens night, baby. We're going back to Viva Las Vegas. Well, Leicestershire. And we've got our very, very special casino man who's joining us.
We do, bless him. So everybody really enjoyed it when he came the last time. So if Again, if you're interested in coming to any of those events, like Mr. N says, you know how to contact us. You need to get your names on the guest lists.
The guest lists are now open.
Yay!
Now, just before we move on to the main meat of the show,
yes,
meat and two veg.
I was going to say it's quite apt, isn't it?
Yeah, meat and two veg. Penis shapes and sizes and what you can do in different scenarios. It's God knows where we're going with this one. But before we move on to the main meat of the show, we've got quite a few letters that have built up.
Okay,
we did receive quite a few emails and messages, and we always try and answer the questions privately. We do get quite a few via Fab Swingers, but we thought we would read out about half a dozen of them. I think there's 5 or 6 here that I think are kind of repeated. So there's quite a few people asking very, very similar questions.
Oh, I see. Yep.
So I thought, well, if we read them out sort of publicly and try and answer them,
yeah,
as best we can. You know what we like? We like to dispel all the myths of the naughty hobby and try and explain things as clearly as possible. So I thought if we can explain it to everybody on the show, perhaps they won't send us more and more messages of the same. Who knows?
But we like getting messages.
We do. So we'll start off with question 1. This is a question from a couple, and it's from the lady in particular, and she just wishes to be known as Kiki. She says, my husband and I have been married for 10 years and recently started exploring the swinging lifestyle. It was my idea. But now we've gone to a few parties, I'm feeling a little intimidated. I'm not the most confident in bed, and it's hard to feel sexy when I see all the other stunning women who seem to know exactly what they're doing. How do I get past this feeling and feel more comfortable and confident when we're out at a club? And that's from Kiki.
I can so relate to that. In the beginning for us.
A similar kind of thing happened to you, didn't it, Miss?
Very much so, yes. So no confidence whatsoever when we went to clubs. Constantly looking at other people thinking, oh my God, they all look amazing and confident and they know what they're doing.
And if you're at a club, I mean, different sort of clubs have different playrooms, but if you're at a club that has a big open playroom, sometimes you can be like a rabbit in headlights, can't you? Because you're just watching what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a bit like, whoa, this is like...
And it can be very, very intimidating. And I think one of the best bit of advice I can possibly give is take the pressure off yourself.
Okay.
Don't look at what everybody else is doing. It's about you. It's about you. It's about your husband. It's about your journey.
And she said that they've been together 10 years.
Yeah.
So that's quite a while.
It is.
And you kind of forget, you go into, your own little bubble, don't you? And then to suddenly be thrust back into like naughtiness of sex where other people are going around naked, and it's quite a kickstart, isn't it? It
is huge. And you are going to go on a journey, to use that J word, but you are, and everybody's journey is different. But I think the best advice I can give you is just concentrate on yourself and your partner and about what works for you too. And
I think one of the biggest myths, we like dispelling the myths. One of the biggest myths is that you go into a swingers club and everybody's after the same thing and everybody's doing the same thing. And that is so untrue.
Yeah.
You don't suddenly get 50, 60 people or whatever, or 100 people or 200 people that all go, right, okay, we're going to have an orgy tonight. Honestly, it does not work like that. Nothing could be further from the truth. People go to the clubs for different reasons. Some go to socialise. Some will wander into the playroom, but they've got no intention of playing with anyone else but their partner.
Yeah.
And some couples, they'll just go with the flow and see what happens. But then other couples will jump onto the big bed and whatever flows. As long as you've got consent to touch anyone, always ask before you touch anyone. Very, very, very important. And, some couples like making connections earlier on in the night in the bar.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. I would say one of my top tips, which I think helped me massively, was when we actually, because I used to be quite intimidated by the big playroom when you see a lot of people playing.
Yeah.
It can be really, really intimidating. I actually found that if we were on the big bed with people around us, but we were just playing with each other, it's a very sexy environment to be in.
Yeah.
That can help because it helps with the confidence, but you're not worrying about...
But you have got to have the confidence to get on that big bed.
You do have to put your big girl pants on, but it is worth it, because I found that incredibly liberating when we did that. We were just playing with each other, but because all this was going on around us, the vibe in there and the atmosphere was so sexually charged, it made me feel sexy, which then gave me confidence.
But to anyone else, you were on the big bed playing and it just looked like you're one of the confident ones.
Exactly.
So it just goes to show that when people go to clubs, there's so many different dynamics, so many different confidence levels of couples, so many different experience levels. Everybody's different. And so you're not going to stand out no matter what you do, you know? Take all the sexy ambience in.
Yeah.
But just focus then on what you're doing and hopefully have a great night.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Move on to the second question.
Yep.
This is from Mrs. J. And she too is in a relationship. She says, my husband and I have been swinging for a year and we love it. The problem is he started to get a bit possessive about who I play with. He gets jealous if I'm with someone he doesn't know very well, or if I seem to be having too much fun with one person in particular. How do we navigate this jealousy? I thought this was supposed to be about freedom and exploring, but it's starting to feel like there are more rules than before.
I mean, that's an interesting thing. Yes, it is about freedom and exploring, but to be able to do that, you both have to be on the same page.
Absolutely. And there's always freedom, but of course, everything has to have a set of rules. You are playing. You are just playing. That's all it is. But in order to play a game or to play anything, you have to have a set of rules.
Yeah.
And those rules are amongst yourself, because you're going as a couple and you're leaving as a couple. So, you know, the only people that you really want to focus on is yourself and your partner. And you could only ever travel along your journey. I'm going to use the J word again. You can only travel along your journey at the speed of the person who's going at the slowest pace. So if you're rushing ahead, you know, obviously, you know, you've only been doing this for a year.
Yeah.
That first year, it can be a bit dizzy. It can be a bit sort of taking everything in and wanting to try everything. But you can get carried away with that. And, you know, you suddenly have discovered a whole new world. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
When we first walked into a club, Mrs.
Yeah,
M.
absolutely.
Was it the same for you?
Yeah, definitely.
But you've got to remember that you can only ever travel at the speed of the slowest person in the relationship. So if someone is not quite feeling it as much as you, then you need to slow down and, as we always say, communicate.
It's the biggest part of being in the naughty hobby.
Yeah.
It has to be the communication. And I think if we were 100% honest, I was probably at a slightly slower pace than you when we first started.
Yeah, okay.
Because I was discovering lots of things and obviously about what was going on in my body and what I was capable of. But you were amazing and there was never any pressure there. And we always talked everything through. So if I was like, you know, or you'd see somebody and say, oh, you know, they're really sexy, we could play, and just, oh, I don't know. You never pushed it. It was always, we'll just take a time. It's absolutely fine.
You know, Mrs. J mentions that her partner's that magic J word, jealousy.
Yeah.
So if there's jealousy there, then there's miscommunication, because you shouldn't feel jealous if you feel confident. So if you feel confident, totally confident that you and your partner, nothing can touch that relationship, then the jealousy will just melt away.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to have that feeling of security.
Absolutely.
And like I say, it should be about both of you, not just about one of you.
And obviously, we don't know anything about your relationship or how long you've been together or anything. Obviously, that's not in the message. So we can't and we wouldn't make any sort of statement on what could be causing that jealousy. We just don't know.
No.
But it's very important to ask your partner why they feel jealous and focus on, like Mrs. N said, the security and reassuring your partner that this is just play, it's fun. And take a step back, and see what they do enjoy doing. Ask what the favourite part of going to a club is. And you might find that there's something very, very simple where, as you've mentioned, that obviously you're playing with one particular person and they're getting jealous. So it might be that your partner is just not feeling the dynamic with you playing with that other person.
Yeah.
And so it might be that if you find other people to play with, that just disappears, and it's always about communication and finding out what your partner is enjoying and not enjoying, and then focusing on building on that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
All the best, my love, Liz.
Absolutely. Another one. Moving on. I quite like these questions.
I like these questions. It's been ages since we've done this.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
I do like it.
It's good. Okay, this is from the Denim Lovers.
Oh,
that's what they wish to be known as. This was sent via email via our website, v2v.uk. And it says, my husband and I are in our late 50s and new to the swinging scene. We've been curious for years. And thanks to you, Mr. and Mrs. N, and your podcast, we have built up courage. We were always too nervous to take the leap. We finally went to a local club and had a great time. But now I'm worried about what our friends and family would think if they ever found out. How do you deal with the fear of judgment from your social circle and maybe family? How do you protect your privacy? And that's from the Denim Lovers.
Oh, I would say we're kind of like experts on this bit.
Well, listen to episode 52.
Been there, done that, got the T-shirt.
Perhaps not.
I think it's one of the worst parts of the naughty hobby because you are torn. You almost live two lives.
Absolutely. Yeah.
One in the hobby where you are free to be yourself and open and comfortable, and then the vanilla life where you have to be careful what you say, and the worry of people finding out and how they're going to perceive you.
Yeah.
Having gone through all of that and also people finding out, the fear is actually worse than when it actually happens.
That goes for anything though, doesn't it? I mean, the fear of anything often is worse than the actual thing itself, because as human beings, we deal with what is thrown at us.
Yeah.
We're quite tough cookies.
Yes.
All of us. And we deal with a lot of shit in our lives. But the fear of the what ifs are always what paralyzes. And I think when you begin, I mean, obviously, like you say, you've started, you're in your late 50s and you've only just started. So you're cool beings. You are Generation X. You're cool dudes and dudesses. And I think, if you're anything like us, you were brought up with the same kind of guilt of our generation that, well, you shouldn't be doing naughties with other people, Yes.
I think we talked about this on the episode with the coach, the sex coach, didn't
Absolutely,
we?
yeah. If you've listened to the episode a few weeks ago, we had the amazing Leanne Cordingley on the show.
She was amazing.
And she explained to us that even from a very, very early age, a lot of us are brought up to think that sex is dirty and sex is, naughty thing.
Yeah, it's not to be discussed. You don't talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you're one of our generation where you've gone from a lifetime of that experience to suddenly opening Pandora's box. What a nice box it is. But the seriousness of that is that you suddenly have these massive different feelings. You get a euphoric feeling, but then when you leave the club and the following day or the following few days, that you could be absolutely racked with guilt over what you've done, or even what you've seen, or it's like, I shouldn't be doing this, with parents or whatever, or you go back to your responsibilities in life, and you've got those memories in your mental hard drive, as I always say, and don't let those feelings of guilt destroy the enjoyment that you and your husband should be getting from basically just enjoying yourselves and doing private stuff that is your private stuff. Obviously, the fear of being caught out, that is something that you do have to deal with, isn't it?
You do. And from experience, as you go through your journey in the naughty hobby, you will get more confident about it, and you will get to the point where you actually think, do you know what, I don't really care.
I mean, having said that, I mean, there's couples obviously that have been in the lifestyle that we know 20, 30 years that have, still nobody knows.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody knows. But at the end of the day, you have to tell yourself, okay, what is the worst that can happen?
Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to remember you're not doing anything illegal.
No, absolutely not.
And you're not hurting anybody.
Ethical non-monogamy is now covered under a rather large umbrella of LGBT, and it's legally accepted.
Yeah.
It's socially a lot more accepted than it used to be. It's not totally accepted. You always get the giggles, you get the laughs. But you shouldn't focus too much on letting that fear destroy your enjoyment that you're getting, because what you're enjoying with your husband, that's really special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think you tend to find that people who do find out, and maybe if they find out, and they approach you, and they're probably a little bit like, oh, what you do is disgusting and all this, that and the other. That's usually A, because they're slightly jealous,
mm-hmm.
or B, they're just very, very misinformed.
Absolutely. If you meet somebody in the local club, then guess what? They're in the club too.
Yeah.
So they're doing it as well. So chances are they're not going to want to be discovered either, So you're kind of in the same boat. And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So that's always something to remember. As long as you keep your face off of your social swinging sites like Fab and everything.
Yeah, I mean, also things like having, your Fab names and things, don't make them too easy, if you know what I mean. I mean, we've got quite an unusual Fab name, haven't we, with the Naughty Couple CP1.
We made it up. We made it up on the spot.
We did. And, in fairness, we got away with it for quite a few years because we're not actually that easy to find unless you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Don't go using your street name or anything. Like, if you live on Coronation Street, don't call yourself the Coronation Couple or something like that,
But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you have no control over. Mm-hmm. If it's going to happen, it will happen.
Yeah.
And it really is not worth wasting your time, your energy, and letting it affect the amazing time that you and your husband are having.
Yeah, absolutely.
Worrying about the what if.
Absolutely. We hope we've helped you on kind of the question of protecting your privacy. Basic tips, like we say, don't use obvious names on Fab Swingers. Keep your photos. Think about your background of your photos. Don't sit there in your lingerie in your main front room if a lot of people visit your front room. They would say, "Oh, there's John and June's rug. I recognise that." Don't say that. We've seen on Fab Swingers. We do not jest. We've seen on Fab Swingers couples standing there with family photos in the background.
Absolutely.
So think about your background of your photos. At the end of the day, not a lot of people probably go into your bedroom. So take your photos in the bedroom or delete out the background. There's lots of apps now that can help manipulate your photos. Mm-hmm. So having generic sort of photos will help protect your privacy and keep you anonymous.
Yeah. I mean, if the worst does happen, as it does,
mm-hmm.
also remember this community is amazing.
Absolutely.
And there are so many people out there that have gone through exactly the same thing, us included. And we're all there to support and help. So don't ever think you're going through it on your own.
And that's why we set up the Reach Out Room on our V2V Discord.
Absolutely.
Which is a good time to shout that out.
Yeah.
Get on our V2V Discord, join that, and there's always people on there to talk to. And we do have a Reach Out Room for anyone that's in that situation where they've been discovered or outed, and there's always someone there to talk to.
Absolutely. Yes.
Shall we move on, Mrs. N?
Go on then, Mr. N.
We've covered that quite well, I think.
Yes.
So if we move on to the next one, this is from PJ.
PJ.
Okay.
Is that PJ and Duncan?
It might be. See, he's used an obvious name. Let's hope we've not outed him. Okay, this is PJ. I've been single for a while now, and I'm interested in exploring the swinging lifestyle, but I'm a complete newbie. I've heard that single men have a harder time getting into clubs or finding couples to play with. Is this true? If so, what's the best way for a single guy to get his foot in the door and start meeting people in a respectful way? I don't want to come across as creepy or desperate. And that's from PJ, who's 33.
He's a baby.
He is.
That is a good question.
And I love the fact, PJ, that you've put that you don't want to appear too desperate, which sometimes can be labelled in the swinging lifestyle, the naughty hobby, as kind of thirsty.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
Guys can be labelled as thirsty or, following couples around, that sort of behaviour. And that's a big, big no-no.
Yeah.
In the naughty hobby. Yeah. So I love the fact that you don't want to appear too desperate. You obviously want to set the right example, and you don't want to come across as creepy or desperate. What can he do, Mrs. N?
Well, quite a lot of things, actually. So you could listen to some previous episodes of the podcast.
We've done extensive episodes.
We have done extensive episodes about how to help the single guys. We've always been little cheerleaders for you lot. There are also other things you can do. So, for example, Chris and Amanda, who run Purple Mamba, they actually run workshops for single guys.
Yeah.
Basically to help you navigate the naughty hobby, how to get yourselves verified and also welcome to venues and clubs and things.
Absolutely. And we've had some amazing single guys on the podcast, like the Hooky Monster.
Yes.
Who's come on, just to mention one, where they are absolute golden examples of single guys who do really well.
Yeah.
And they've spoken, for over an hour on our podcast talking about what they do. And in everything, we can copy to become successful. So copy their example, copy their behaviour, what they do, and do it in your own style. I always say, to be the most successful at something, copy it, but do it in your own style.
Yes.
So probably don't go into the club, and if you see a guy that's doing really well, don't copy his chat-up lines word for word, because it could sound shit coming from you, okay? Well, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
When I was very, very young, in my teens.
Yes.
Many years ago.
Before we met.
Yes. I went for a job interview.
Okay.
And I was a little bit nervous because it was a cool job.
Right.
Okay. It was when I had a day job. It was a long time ago. Okay. And my cousin, bless her, just before I went for the interview, gave me her advice of what she did at her job interview that got her a job.
Right.
She said, I looked the interviewer in the eye and said, if you pick me for this job, you won't regret it.
Okay.
And I thought, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to use that.
Right.
In my interview,
yes,
it just wasn't right. It wasn't the right moment. And I looked like an ass. Because I kind of couldn't pull it off how she'd done it. She said it really relaxed and nice. And I thought of her advice. So when I'm kind of coming to the end of the interview and I wanted to wrap it all up, I'm thinking, I've got to get this in. I've got to get this in. It worked for her, so I've got to get this in.
Yes. So
I'm literally copying word for word what she's doing. Don't do this ever in anything in your life, because you will fuck things up like I did. I thought, I've got to get this in. Mid-sentence while the interviewer's on, and I'm aware he's about to wrap things up, right?
Yeah.
I go, And by the way, if you pick me, you won't regret it. And he didn't pick me.
No. I can see why.
So that is Mr. N's advice. Don't carbon copy anything. Do it in your own style.
Absolutely. Yes. So, yeah, I'd just like to add to that, Mr. N,
Okay.
from a woman's perspective for a single guy. Basically, what we want is we want somebody who is genuine. We want somebody who has a sense of humour. And somebody that can read people.
A situation.
And situations, exactly. You have to be very aware of what's going on and how whether it's a couple that you're talking to or a single lady that you're talking to.
And he does ask, PJ does ask the best way of approaching a couple to talk to them.
I wouldn't go with the intention that I'm talking to you because I want to play with you.
Yeah.
You should go with the thought of, I'm talking to you because I just want to say hi.
Yeah.
Get to know people.
And put that into your own words.
Exactly. Because I think half the reason that single guys get a bad reputation is because of what you said, Mr. N. They come across as thirsty. So, you get followed around by them. They kind of lean in a bit too much, the personal space, that kind of thing.
If you're talking to a couple, make sure that you involve the husband.
Oh my God, that is a big yes.
Absolutely, as much as the woman, because it will piss the woman off 9 times out of 10 if you just ignore the husband.
Yeah.
You won't get anywhere. Ask about their dynamics. They might be a couple that are they've gone out to try and find a unicorn female.
Yeah.
And if you've just spent an hour at the bar, then you're wasting both your time and their time because they're looking probably for a female, you're looking for a couple. So a great opener is perhaps if it's your first few times visiting a club, say that you're a brand newbie.
Yeah.
I always think that's one of the best icebreakers that you can do. To say, oh, I'm a bit nervous, I'm brand new, because then people will share their experiences with you.
Yeah. And again, I think like one of the previous questions, take the pressure off yourself. Don't expect that you're going to go along to a club and play. You might not. You might not play for the first 2 or 3 visits. It's all about making those connections.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being your authentic self.
But selling yourself as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to mention another work-related thing.
Oh my God, okay.
So if you're selling yourself, years and years and years ago, I worked for a company that was taken over by an American company.
Yeah.
And we were very lucky. We had this real hardcore, almost like Wolf of Wall Street kind of sales technique. We weren't beating our chests going, we didn't do that. And I wasn't in a Ferrari either, but it was pretty cool. I can't remember if there was any dwarf throw-in, but I can't remember. We had this American style sales technique, which I have literally used all my life.
Okay.
And it was called Spock.
Right.
Okay, it's an easy way to remember it. Spock. Spock stands for, are you ready?
Yeah.
Get your pens out. Honestly, I've used this all my life. And they said when I did the course, the Spock course, that if you could use this for the rest of your life. And I did. So Spock sells for sell yourself.
Yeah.
Probe for information.
Yeah.
Offer the product.
Yeah.
Close the sale.
Yeah.
And K, keep the customer.
Okay.
Okay. So obviously, sell yourself is number 1.
Yeah.
Go up, nice smile, shake hands. Well, probably not shake hands. That's probably a bit formal. But sell yourself, big smile, open up, make sure that your body language is right. Don't go with folded arms, things like that. P, probe for information. So don't jump to trying to close the sale or offering what you're offering.
No.
Because you don't know what they're looking for.
Exactly. Engage with conversation. Find out what they like, what they're looking for.
Absolutely. So the second thing is P, obviously, probe for information. So you need to find out the information, take it all in, take in as much as you can. Then you move on to O, offer the product.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies.
Probably not like that.
No, I'm going back to my old interview again. Don't do that. It was shit. Okay, and then obviously close the sale. So don't just stand there. And we're guilty of this, Mrs. N, where, you know, we've been talking to a couple and then we're going, do you think it's on? Do you think it's on? No, should we have another drink? Let's have another drink. We do though, don't we?
I know.
So a good close can be, you know, do you fancy moving on to the hot tub?
Yeah.
If there's a hot tub. Obviously, if there's no hot tub, don't say that. Otherwise, they'll just think you're weird. but you know, you could say, you know, are you looking to play tonight? You know,
yeah,
that kind of thing. You could make sure you close. Don't just keep it going all night. That's a difficult one.
Yeah.
For the big boy step. That is kind of getting on there.
Yeah.
Keep the customers, just be a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know, so then when they see you again, perhaps they want to play with you again.
Yep.
There you go.
Very good advice, Mr. N. That.
Spock. I never thought I would relate Spock to sex.
There you go.
There you go. Oh my word. Should we do one more?
Do you want to do one more?
Let's do one more.
Go on then.
So this is from Mr. S, another single guy. And he says, I'm a single guy who's been to a few swingers parties and I'm a little confused about the etiquette. I want to be respectful, but sometimes it feels like I'm getting mixed signals. What are the unwritten rules for approaching couples? Very similar kind of question.
Yeah.
How can I tell if a couple is open to a third party? And what's the best way to initiate conversation without making anyone feel uncomfortable? And that's from Mr. S.
You see, reading signals, I mean, you're awful at it.
I'm terrible.
You are absolutely terrible at it.
The words were, if a lady comes up to me, shakes her babylons in my face, I'll just go, what a nice pair of babylons.
You would, yeah, absolutely. You are useless at it.
You have to come up to me and go, Mr. N, I want to fuck your brains out before I even get the gist of what's going on. I'll be honest, I've not got a fucking clue. It's true though.
It is. So I wouldn't rely on signals. I really wouldn't. I think the best way to deal with it is like we've just said. Be confident.
Yeah.
Talk. Probe. Find out what they're into.
Spock.
Do your Spock. Absolutely.
Big smile. Sell yourself.
Yes.
Probe for information. Offer the product. Close the sale. Keep the customer.
That's it. You're happy now, aren't you?
Drive your Ferrari home, just like Mr. Beaumont did in Wolf of Wall Street.
I think it was a Lamborghini, actually.
Was it? I thought it was a Testarossa.
Oh, was it? Oh,
I think it was a Ferrari Testarossa. I might be wrong. I can't remember. It was a bloody good film. I love that film.
I know you love that film. But yes. Don't rely on signals because that's where it can get a little bit cross wires and, you know, situations can happen when it doesn't need to.
Absolutely.
Like we always say, just communicate. We're all adults. Nobody's going to be offended. They'd rather you just be open and honest.
Absolutely. Don't follow the Wolf of Wall Street by jacking off 3 times a day. Do you remember when you get that information? Those tips?
Oh my God.
Don't start wanking all over the place 3 times a day. That won't go down well. Right, I think we've just about covered all our questions.
Well, just before we finish, there was a really good question of the week on Discord.
Absolutely, we love question of the week. So again, if you join it's on v2v.uk. We have a Vanilla to Vixen Discord room. It's totally free to use. It's a social room that you can just chat in if you're nervous, if you want to join the lifestyle, if you're new to all of this, if you want to come to an event, you can join our V2V chat room. All our crew are in there. All our beautiful regulars are in there.
Yes.
It is not a pickup place.
No.
And you cannot talk to people in private without asking their permission first.
Yes.
So it's a big open room to just chat generally and say, hi, how you doing? I fancy coming to an event.
Yeah. Definitely.
And we always have a question of the week.
Yes, so the lovely Mr. Saucy, bless him, on a Monday does the question of the week. And I really liked this one. And I'm going to read you what the question of the week was and some of the replies from our lovely people on Discord, which I think is great. So the question of the week was, what do you love about this community or the naughty hobby in general? So I'm not going to read anybody's names out because I haven't had a chance to ask them if that's okay. But if you hear your response, you know that's you. So these are some of the responses. I love how open everyone is, and it's so refreshing being able to talk about sex and all it has to offer without fear of being shamed or embarrassed. Plus, it's lovely to meet so many like-minded people and make new friends.
Beautiful.
One thing I love about it is that I never know what's going to happen next or who I'm going to meet or what I'll experience.
That's very true. It's all a very spontaneous thing. When you go out, you never know what that night's going to be like, and that's part of the fun.
This one made me giggle. What I love about it is the people, the memories, and the mummeries. That one made me tickle.
I can almost guess who that is, but I'm not going to say.
Being able to talk openly about all kinds of subjects with complete strangers, advice on matters we wouldn't talk about to our best friends. Everyone is just out for fun.
That's so true.
It's the kindness and the friendships that has been the best and most surprising thing for me. Being able to ask questions and get given open and honest advice from everyone, but particularly conversations I've had within the ladies group. The ladies group is really good.
It is really special.
It's really good.
Again, if we've got single ladies out there, you know, I think in this day and age, I sound like I'm about 110. But in this day and age, I think life today can sometimes be pretty cruel and pretty nasty. And all of us sometimes can feel a bit lonely. And if, you know, you just listen to this podcast and you just like the lifestyle, you are always welcome to join our Vanilla to Vixen V2V Discord room.
Yes.
And there's always people there to chat to, and it's just fun. Get yourself on the V2V Discord room.
It's good because this same person put, it's also been nice as a relative newbie to be able to offer advice and see it so welcomed.
Nice.
I love the types of conversations we can have here on the chat, and when we meet up with others, the ones that we'd never be able to have in the Muggle vanilla world with friends. Another one, I feel that I can be my true self. I can wear loud clothes or no clothes and not feel judged or anything. I can be me with you lot.
That is an amazing thing. And, you know, I go back to life can be pretty rough sometimes.
Yeah.
And we've had a rough couple of years, me and Mrs. N, in as much as we've both lost our parents in the last couple of years. And I go back to, we had a party of Vanilla to Vixen, and I hadn't long lost my mum. And I was thinking to myself, how on earth am I going to face the party?
Yeah.
You know, how am I going to be, you know, hey, happy thing, because I've just lost my mum, which is a devastating part of your life. For anyone that's lost a parent, they know what that feels like. And I thought I was going to have to put on this mask and be Mr. N. And when I got there and got to the venue, everyone a lot of obviously our crew and our close friends knew, and they just came up and hugged me. And it was the most beautiful feeling and such a special feeling. And I learned that night that I didn't have to put a face on.
Yeah.
And when the doors opened and everyone came in, for that sort of hour or two, I forgot about what was going on or what had gone on with my mum and everything. Obviously, you never truly forget. It's always in the back of your mind, but it wasn't in the forefront of my mind, and I was able to enjoy that night and just have fun with people, and socially chat and have a great time. And I didn't have to wear my mask, and that blew my mind, because I thought I was going to have to put my mask on and be someone for that night that when I wasn't feeling that way, but I could just be myself.
Yeah. Another one is the lifestyle for me has given me so much self-confidence, which has followed me into everyday life. Being naked in particular and getting into the hot tub at Libs was a game changer. I used to struggle with anxiety walking into a cafe alone. Now I feel I could do anything. All personal connections with like-minded people, those moments when the other person says, oh yeah, me too. I get that. It does give you confidence.
Do you remember, Mrs. N, the first time you stripped off and got in?
Most people are not probably going to believe this, but I'm not one for standing up in front of people and kind of putting myself out there. Yeah, this is going to sound like, yeah, you bullshitter. But it is true. And Mr. N would know, obviously, when I first met Mr. N, I was quite a broken person, very shy. And, you know, the encouragement that I've had from you, as well as getting involved in the naughty hobby and what that's given to me, I actually feel like the person I should be.
But in the beginning, you almost didn't believe the compliments that you received from other people, did you?
No,
from
not
both
at
men
all.
and women.
Yeah, no, it was very difficult. From the women, I was thinking they were just being kind. And from the men, I was like, you're only saying that because you want to get in my knickers. It did take me a very, very long time to actually go, do you know what? No, this is actually genuine. And I think if I could give my younger self any advice, it would be, don't be so judgmental about it. There are nice people out there.
Yeah.
So another one was the genuine friendships. I don't get out as much as I did last year due to a change in my circumstances, but the people I have met in this group are people I know I can rely on and genuinely care. And it's true, they do. It's very honest, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very honest friendship that you have.
Yeah.
One more was having the privilege of bringing pleasure and exhilaration to the sex lives of couples and being friends with them afterwards.
Beautiful.
And then last one, confidence for me too. Having had kids, I felt invisible and hiding. With that and anxiety, I wouldn't even sit in a coffee shop by myself. Last week, I walked into Purple Mamba completely alone and spent nearly 4 hours having the best time and not caring that people would have seen me completely naked and in all kinds of positions and places. I walked out of there feeling amazing.
And I bet you looked amazing too.
I bet you did too. Absolutely. I mean, this is what I love about the hobby.
It changes people's lives. And
yeah, but in a positive way. That's what I love about it.
It changes us. It changes us as who we are.
Yeah, it does. It does. So, before we move on, Mr. N, it's that time of the show.
Is it a Fun Fact Friday?
Oh, it is.
Fun Fact Friday.
You shed about 8 pounds of dead skin each year, so all that household dust is probably you.
Jesus, man.
Oh, I think I've just had a bit of sick come in my throat. Oh, my God.
I've just got David Bowie, Ashes to Ashes, floating around in my head.
You know, this is what I love about Mrs. Mother Trucker. You never know what you're going to get.
You never do. And she's going to be at the party. If you want to meet Mrs. Mother Trucker, ask her some weird fun facts. Whatever floats your boat. Now, without further ado, we're going to move on to the main meat of the show.
We know we've kept you waiting.
Absolutely.
And I know this is all that anybody really wants to hear this week.
Anticipation builds up the excitement.
We're talking willies.
Your favourite topic, Mrs.
My favourite topic.
Willies.
Different shapes, different sizes, and how to deal with them.
They're almost like a snowflake, aren't they? Everyone's different.
That's exactly true, apparently.
Okay.
So it says here that there are 21 different kinds of penises you might encounter in life. 21
different kinds. Okay, well, where are you getting this from, Mrs. N?
Okay, so this has come from Women's Health magazine.
Okay.
So, you know, the women have talked about it. It must be true.
It's one of those things that, it's like Cosmopolitan where they're obsessed with sex stuff. Yeah, okay.
It is. So, just a little intro to it. So when you think of a penis, like an image of a cylinder-like member comes to mind.
Okay.
It's straight and probably of average length, which is about 5 inches when you're erect.
They're not all straight.
No.
There are many bent ones. I've seen many bananas in the playrooms.
They have pronounced head. There's the girth. You know, I love a bit of girth.
You do?
Yeah. But there's no such thing as a typical penis.
Okay.
So nobody's penis looks exactly the same, since they all have different shapes, lengths and curves. Oh, that's interesting. I've never thought of a penis as being curvy.
You've seen a few, Mrs. N.
Well, this is true. I have seen them I've seen a few. Yeah. Okay. So, no matter the kind of downstairs situation you're working with, there's a way to have sex with all of the penises out there.
Oh, right. Okay, so we're going to find out which is the best one for the best shaped willy?
I think it's more of technique.
Okay.
So, yeah. So here's what you need to know about the breadth of the boners out there, plus the ways to have the most pleasurable sex with all of them.
Brilliant.
So, number one, the traffic cone.
The traffic cone.
Yeah. So
okay, I'm just going to have a quick look.
No, you don't have a traffic cone.
Okay, explain what a traffic cone is.
So a traffic cone is bigger base with a narrow head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because the penis gradually gets larger as you get toward the base, penetration might be easy at first, but the deeper they go, the more difficult it can get. With time and ease, you will be able to stretch to fit around their penis. You will definitely want to use a lot of lubricant to allow for deeper thrusting, so it's not as uncomfortable as the penis goes in and out.
Okay.
Yeah. So missionary position apparently works best when having sex with this type of penis shape, since you're able to open your legs as wide as possible, allowing your partner to enter you slowly and fully.
So if you've got a traffic cone-shaped penis and you're the guy, remember, slow and easy is the way.
Okay. Number two.
Okay.
The mushroom.
Oh, I can guess.
Can you guess?
I can guess.
So, narrow head with a larger base, which is a bit like the traffic cone, a little bit like the traffic cone, but the head is bigger.
Why has Super Mario jumped into my brain? Why does this happen to me?
So it says here, on the flip side, there are also penises that are more narrow at the base, but then gradually get bigger at the head. Hence the mushroom shape. So here's your tip. You might have a few issues in the beginning with this type of penis, but once you ease in, things will be okay. Again, missionary position might be more comfortable for the partner of someone with a mushroom head penis. You will get the initial stretching of the vaginal or rectal wall, and then the tip of the penis can provide some additional stimulation once inside.
I've actually watched you, Mrs. N, with a mushroom penis.
Have you?
I have. And you almost get like a popping sound when it pops, which you seem to find rather favourable.
I don't mind a pop now and again. Okay, I think you come under this category, Mr. N.
Okay.
So number 3, thick girth.
Okay.
You've got good girth. I do like a good girth. So some penises are working with a bit more girth than others. Sometimes they may even be wider than they are long. Yeah, I'd go with that.
Steady on. Steady on.
I know that girth can be uncomfortable, but there are also people who like girth over length when having sex with people with penises.
This is very true.
I must admit, I do sway a little bit more towards the girth than the length.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to be honest, especially when I was doing anal only, you have to be careful lengthwise. There's only a certain length that you can take comfortably. So girth is actually easier.
Okay.
Just as a little tip for you girls out there, if you're ever considering to go down the anal route. So it says here, it's important when you're having sex with someone who's girthier than you that you remember to lube, because there's so much girth, there's also a lot of friction, which means you need to be careful of getting micro tears on the walls of your uterus or anus.
Ooh, you don't want that.
Yeah, plenty of lube, and we can highly recommend
Libido. Lubido. It's on vanillatavixen.co.uk.
Yes. Number 4. So this is the asparagus.
What? What?
So we're talking asparagus. So thinner girth.
I'm just trying to imagine. I'm trying to remember what an asparagus looks like.
I didn't actually give you the thing. It was for the girth one. It was actually a butternut squash.
So for anybody that doesn't know what butternut squash is, because I haven't got a clue, but I'm just looking at the picture, it almost looks like a stretched out pear.
But with good girth.
Yeah.
So yes. So no, we move on to thinner girth, which is the asparagus.
Okay.
So instead of having girth, there's also lots of penises that are out there on the slimmer side, which means they're quite skinny. So the tip for a skinny penis, it can be difficult to handle a skinny penis, but it all boils down to two things. Number one, making sure it's fully erect. And number two, get in the right position. Try the spooning position, where both of you lay on your sides and the penis having partner enters your vagina from behind. Your butt is in the way a little bit, and oftentimes your legs are closed. That gives you the sensation of having some girth because you're closing your legs around the penis, giving a full feeling.
We do spoon quite a bit, don't we?
Spooning is
like
one of my... I
position.
love spooning. It's one of my favourites.
Do you think it feels more girthy? Even though I'm
you are girthy anyway, but yeah, you can, because it's true. You kind of close your legs, which gives the feeling it's a lot tighter.
There you go. Good
so
tip.
you get more sensation.
And for a guy as well, if you've been thrashing around, if you're in a marathon, spooning I think is one of the easier positions, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's recommended for the more senior.
Yes.
Sex adventurers out there.
Does that mean we're in the senior state now then, Mr. N?
Well, you've got to think about conserving the energy, We can't go mad.
Okay, number 5, we're now looking at, I think one of them's a cucumber. And the other one looks like an avocado, but I'm not sure. But this is the circumcised penis.
Okay.
So this refers to the penis where the skin covering the penis, aka the foreskin, has been removed, generally in the infancy phase of life. This is the most common kind of penis in the United States, apparently. 90% of men over 20 are circumcised. Did
98?
You know
I didn't know 98%.
Yeah.
I remember when you played with a circumcised penis for almost for the first time. And you got quite excited.
Yes. Yeah. They're all right, nice. So the top tip here is there really isn't a specific position to optimise for better sex because, well, it's the most common penis type, says the researcher.
Only if you're in America.
Well, yeah. That said, you can spice it up in the bedroom any way that you would normally do, using lube or sex toys and trying new positions just to keep it interesting.
Have you got any personal tips, Mrs. N, for circumcised penis playing? Because you can't obviously use the foreskin, can you?
No, you can't. Actually, that is a really good question. And I think she's hit the nail on the head. You do need lots of lubrication because once you get that lubrication, you do get the sensations.
I remember you used a lot of oral.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, I love a good blowjob. I'm quite partial to the old blowjob. And doing that on a circumcised penis is actually quite nice because there's a little area just under the helmet, isn't there?
Yes.
That's very sensitive.
Yes.
And you can get to it quite easily when it's circumcised. And, you can titillate it with your tongue, shall we say.
There you go.
Boys. She also adds, it can be fun to put lube on both the outside and the inside of the condom you're using, making things extra sensitive for you both.
Brilliant.
And she's also put, and don't worry, it won't slip off.
It's nice to know.
Number 6.
Oh my goodness me.
So the uncircumcised penises. I don't have a picture on this. It should not give me a picture for this one.
How can we describe an uncircumcised penis? Should we
it's a
say
bit like a sausage.
A sausage? Yeah, a sausage in its skin.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. Yes. So simply put, this is the foreskin that is left intact, generally due to cultural reasons. Uncircumcised men have to work a bit harder to keep it clean down there because bacteria can get trapped in the extra skin.
Ew.
Yeah, sorry, that's not very sexy, is it? So, top tip, as the penis goes from flaccid to erect, it helps to roll back the foreskin to increase stimulation. But the head area can also be super sensitive. So start gently and continuously ask your partner what feels good. That's a good tip because I hope you don't mind me saying this, Mr.
I don't
M,
mind.
but you have actually quite a tight foreskin, don't you?
I will always say before I'm playing with anyone, and this is a good tip, guys, for any guys out there. Obviously, different guys like different kinds of sex. Yeah. And I've seen some guys where they beat the shit out of that cock. But I'm like you, Mrs. N, I feel more sensitive down there.
Yeah.
So if I'm playing with anyone, I will say to them, just to let you know, I've got a super sensitive foreskin.
Yeah.
It can be quite tight. So go easy.
Yeah. But it is good. You should be able to tell the person you're playing with what gets you off and what doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The next one I can only describe as it looks a bit like a runner bean. So number 7.
There was a satellite delay then. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Number 7 is called the grower.
What? Runner bean? They're like swirly.
Well, they're a bit curly and long and thin and whatever, but
I've seen a lot of cocks in the playroom. I've never once seen one that looks like a fucking runner bean.
So the description is, you know these guys well, penises that are...
I really don't.
Penises that are larger when hard compared to when they are flaccid, explains the doctor. This one is a pretty common.
Oh, you mean a grower?
A grower. You're a grower.
A grower, not a shower.
You're definitely a grower.
A grower, not a shower. Okay,
yeah.
I'm with them now.
Yeah, in fact, I think I remember the first time we did anything, I was amazed at how much you grow. It was just like, how did that happen? I've never seen one before. It was amazing. So the doctor goes on. So top tip, when working with a grower, letting it reach its fullest growth before insertion is the top tip. When getting ready for sexy time, allow your partner to become fully aroused during foreplay. That way, you know what length and girth you're working with and can adjust your expectations and determine what positions work for you.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing worse than oh my God, it's got bloody bigger.
I know, but you know, when you sit there and you're going, well, is that it? Is he finished growing? I mean, how do you deal with that? How do you go, are you done?
Lots of rubbing. Lots of
rubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you give it a few extra seconds to see if it gets any bigger, or do you just...
I don't think it's going to just continuously grow. It's going to reach a certain point, isn't it, that you're going to think, okay, pop it in.
Okay. The next one is number 8, so the showers.
Okay.
So we've had the growers, now we have the showers.
Yeah.
And the picture they've given us is a lily flower.
Hey.
Yeah.
They open up.
They open up. So these penises stay more or less the same size, whether they're ready to go or flaccid. No one knows why certain penises function so differently, but it's not uncommon for someone to be the owners of a shower. Top tip, time to make a stop at your local sex toy shop. Why? You can use a cock ring to make that large penis erect for even longer, meaning extra long penetration time for you. Also, for deeper penetration, you can lie on your back with your legs up so they can enter you with their entire length.
Absolutely. Remember, be careful when using a cock ring. You don't want to cut your circulation off too much.
No. Number 9.
This is a giggle, so this is going to... I don't know what's coming.
Okay, so we have a picture of a pear.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a straight pear.
It's a bendy one.
It's the curved and upwards pear.
Oh.
I've played with one of these.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm interested to hear what the tip is and for which position, because the position we tried...
Do you remember the feeling?
Yeah, it hurt like hell.
Really?
Yeah, because we tried spooning with it and it just... No.
Okay.
It wasn't comfortable at all. So, when erect, the penis bends slightly or majorly up towards the ceiling. For all curved penises, it will seem pretty straight when it's just chilling. It's only when they're hard that the curve appears.
Ah.
I didn't know that. So the top tip is the cowgirl sex position may be your new go-to. So if your partner has a penis that curves upward, because it might reach up enough to stimulate your G-spot, which is typically located at the front wall of the vagina. So yeah, I get that. So cowgirl, it kind of does that. However, you need to be cautious when doing this. So your partner on top can sometimes be more difficult to navigate depending on the degree of curvature, as can entering your partner from behind. There you go. That's what I did.
There you go. You see, if you'd have known this before
you
could have jumped on, done the cowgirl.
Yeah. It says that it doesn't mean you can't do those positions. It just means the angle may be trickier. And it was just, I had to say, I'm really sorry, I can't do it. It's just uncomfortable.
But if you'd have known, you could have jumped on the cowgirl.
Yeah. So that's curveward up.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh my God. So we've got different positions for curveward down.
Yes, which is a chili. So the curveward down is the picture of a chili, a red chili.
Chili bent down.
Yeah.
Okay. So
a chili pepper, yeah.
Is this going to be a different position?
So a penis with this type of curvature points towards the floor when erect, and the degree of curvature can vary. So the top tip is similar to the upward curving penis. Caution when inserting. That being said, curvature can help access all kinds of G-spots. If engaging in anal sex and curved downward penis, that can help access the G-spot for those with prostrates.
Okay, so a couple of guys.
Doesn't actually give you any tips for which positions on that one.
Oh, curious.
Okay, so we're back to the cucumber.
Okay.
Curved to the right.
Oh my God, this is getting so complicated.
So same as the last two, but this one curves to their right. I thought all penises curved at some point, don't they?
Not all of them.
Isn't
You've had some very straight ones, Mrs. N.
I just wondered if that was the way. You know, when people say, "Oh, do you dress to the left or to the right?" I thought it was because they kind of curved that way.
Yeah, some do lean, like leaning Tower of Pisa.
Okay, so top tip with this one. When it comes to penises that are curved to either side, it's all about the angles. There aren't any positions that are necessarily ruled out because you have a left or right curved penis, but it can make penetration from traditional positions a little bit trickier depending on the degree. If someone curves to either side, it might make intercourse easier and more comfortable when lying on side by side. So the spooning.
So spooning.
Spooning is good for that one.
Yeah, I see. So if you bend to the left or to the right, spooning. And I suppose you can try, because spooning's different depending on which side you're laying on.
Yeah, exactly.
So swap over. A bit like a car. If you're in a left-hand drive car, it feels a bit weird. If you're on British streets, yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah. Okay. Right, the next one. This is you.
Oh, God.
This is you. You've gone from a butternut squash to a carrot.
Oh, I don't want to be a carrot.
So smaller length and girth. So to actually be considered medically small, a penis has to be 2 standard deviations less than the average, meaning it's just over 3 inches long when erect. Oh, no.
That's not me.
That's not you. You're longer than that. A small penis can be anything that seems smaller relative to others you've seen. So top tip, to feel more of the penis when you're working with less, try the... Oh, what's that? Coital alignment technique?
Coital alignment technique.
It's called CAT.
So I've just jumped onto Google. So the coital alignment technique, CAT, is a variation of the missionary sex position that is specially designed to maximize clitoral stimulation during sex. The penetrating partner positions themselves slightly higher up on the receiving partner's body than in a typical missionary position. The chest should be aligned with the bottom partner's shoulders, causing the penis or a dildo to be angled slightly downward. And it says movement, instead of typical in and out thrusting, the partners engage in a rocking or grinding motion that allows base or shaft of the penis to rub against the clitoris, creating continuous friction or stimulation.
Oh, no, that's a good tip.
There you go. So there you go.
We're on to the aubergine.
Okay.
Larger length and girth.
The big boy.
Yeah.
The XXL.
The XXL. Penises that are 7 inches long or more when erect, which is about 2 standard deviations longer than the average of 5 inches.
There you go, guys. You see, all the guys think they're small, but the average size is 5 when erect.
Yeah, when erect. So this one qualifies for the eggplant emoji.
Okay.
So tips on this one are chances you'll never come across a penis that is absolutely cannot fit inside you. When it comes to sex, it's all about lube, more lube and lube. And no need to jump right in. Spend time on foreplay, which will allow you to ease into penetration. And a pro tip is maybe avoid on-top positions if they feel like too much is inside you.
Okay.
Now, I wasn't expecting this one. This one looks like a tube, a shiny tube.
A cylinder.
Yeah, and it's called smooth penises.
Oh, you've had those, Mrs. M, where you said it's unbelievably smooth penis.
Yeah, true. Yeah. So have you ever seen a dick so smooth it could have been carved from marble? That's what I'm talking about here. You're right. I'm glad you've got a good memory. I've got a terrible memory. And I do apologise. It's not that I didn't enjoy myself or had an amazing time. It's just I have menopause brain. So, top tip for a smooth penis. So it can feel better and more natural in your mouth for oral sex. Or if it's your first time with penetration, entry should be smoother and more comfortable. If you feel understimulated during penetrative sex with this type of penis, try adding a cock ring or even just a ribbed or extra ribbed condom. The indentations make it more sensitive.
I've got quite a smooth cock, I think.
Okay.
Do you think? Or have I got a slightly bigger head?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like long and thin or
cylinder,
like cylinder thingy, no.
Okay.
Okay, we're on to leaves.
Oh my God.
So this is a leaf.
Is this one that's been squashed?
No, it's if you imagine like an oak leaf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're talking veiny penises. Some penises have very accentuated anatomy when they're hard, as in their veins are not only visible but also physically noticeable during sex.
We've seen those.
We have seen those. Two things generally affect someone's veininess, genetics and muscle. Typically those who work out more have more pronounced dick veins. There you go. Okay. Their veins might just be closer to the skin and not necessarily bigger. So a top tip is extra texture, like veins of any kind, can feel really awesome for many vaginas. When a veiny penis enters a vagina, it can feel really good because most nerve endings in your vagina are in the lower third near the entryway. Try to position where you're on top and controlling the speed at which the penis is moving in and out. Plus, this way, you can stimulate your clitoris too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, all the sensation area of a woman is near the front.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about having like super long.
No, you don't have to think I've got to get it all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're on to rainbow striped bananas.
Oh, this is getting just farcical now.
Pigmented penises. So basically, this just means the penis is a different shade than the skin on the rest of the person's body. The pigment of the penis is affected by the same thing that is affected by the pigment of the rest of our skin. It's genetics.
Okay.
And a certain degree of melanin. But people can have differently pigmented penises from the rest of their body.
That's not going to affect any sexual thing, is it? It's just a different
it
shade.
says it's in general. There isn't anything to worry about. It's just different colouring, which can be noticeable, either lighter or darker spots.
Women aren't going to get a Dulux colour chart out, are they? It's ridiculous.
So, yeah, the colour of their cock has zero bearing on its form or function.
Good.
Okay, we're on to slightly old bananas. This is the freckled penis. So like darker hued dicks, a freckled penis is a special type with distinctive freckles or birthmarks. Again, skin coloration has nothing to do with what you're actually working with. It's just purely aesthetic.
This is ridiculous. There's too many different types.
Well, there's another one here. This looks like a furry caterpillar.
Okay.
Hairy penises.
Well, you can alter that, can't you? Guys can do something about that. You can.
Yeah, but are they talking actually on the shaft or not like your
as a guy
pubic hair?
And as you get older, I can reveal this. Your pubic hair does kind of seem to start stretching, or mine does. So it can suddenly start to grow up the shaft.
No, it says here. So whether they hate shaving or didn't expect to be having sex or just prefer to go au naturel, this type of penis has pubes around its base and the ball area.
Yeah.
So pubic hair has its purpose. It traps bacteria and dirt, plus holds and emits scents called pheromones that attract you to your partner. Yeah, I mean, God, you smell amazing. I love your smell. I can't help it. You do. You just send me crazy. I always said if you could bottle it, Mr. N, you would be a very popular guy.
Oh, goodness me. Are we done now with the cock definitions?
The top tip with the hairy cock, it just says, for oral, gently push pubes down with one hand because having a little spirally wide strand on your tongue can feel a bit weird. Yeah, I mean, it goes on to shaved penises and symptomatic penises, and I think that's about it, really. But yeah, I think we've pretty much covered all of them.
I was going to say, goodness
I'm exhausted with all of those penises.
Well, if you're still listening, listener, if you've had your fair share of sausage on this episode, I do apologise if you're just off to Greg's and you're about to buy your sausage roll. You're suddenly not hungry. That was another exciting episode of
I think it was quite informative. I think it was interesting to know. And it's good to find out these things about different positions.
Absolutely, definitely.
Yeah.
As once again, thank you so much for contributing and sending in all the questions. Thank you to everyone. We've had a lot of people sending in places for clubs.
Yes.
As well this week, which we've not had time to read those out. So we will save all those. If you find any magical places that would make an amazing V2V club, please send it in. You know how to do it. v2v.uk. Go on there, send us an email via our website.
Yeah, brilliant. And that's it, Mr. N.
For another episode. We're going to get ready now to fill our chocolate bowl with enough chocolate
Jesus.
to make Willy Wonka jealous. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.